So what you have to remember is that sex, is sex an individual thing?
No.
Could you have sex by yourself?
Masturbation.
Yes, you have masturbation. So now if you're having masturbation, is that sex?
No.
What is that?
A relief.
Say a release. Self-pleasure. What is that? That is the destruction of the mind. When you have masturbation, when you masturbate, what you're doing? Who are you destroying?
Yourself.
You're destroying your wife's mind. This mind is not mine. This is her mind. I must give this body to her. I must see through her eyes. When I look at a woman, I must not what? Undress a woman with my eyes. Nor create imagery of things in my mind. I must be seeing my bride at all times. If I am not seeing my bride, who am I seeing and what am I seeing? I'm not even seeing myself. I am so lost that I can't even relate with my identity. If we don't know who we are, then we are prone, subject, guarantee, what? Prone, guarantee, subject of destruction. We are subject to death. Guaranteed casualty of this battle that we fight. Because every time we expose ourselves to a woman who is not our own, or a man who is not our own, what are we doing? We are bringing an accusation against who? Against your husband or your wife. Against your husband or your wife. Every time you open yourself to another person who is not your husband or your wife, you're bringing an accusation to them. Who did that? Who's the first person that bring an accusation to their bride, to their husband? That's right. Israel bring an accusation against who? Yeshua. That's right. She brought an accusation against who? Yeshua. Israel. She played the harlot. And what did Yeshua do? What did Yeshua do? Did he let her go? Did he abandon her? Did he forget her? What he did? He cared so much for her. Even in the state of her depravity, what he did? He humbled himself to what? The death of Calvary. This word sex, without understanding your identity, your ethics and moral are what? Are lost. Then you will be confused. And there will be what? Controversy. Conflicting views concerning what? Identity. Because you're what? Ignorant. Because now you're now forming what? A new tradition.
Ooh, that was a nice word. That was a nice sum.
Now you put this there, I didn't put this there. This came from you. But this could only happen when we have interaction, dialogue. And you see, it all hinged with this word. Now, this word is what we are looking upon. This is the director, and what is directing us in all what we study, in all what we do, in all what we teach. Because without this word, we are lost. We are lost. Now, in the Greek, there are 6 Greek words for love. And those 6 Greek words for love has to do all with the flesh. But then, what does sex mean? When you look up sex in the dictionary, who can look it up quickly in the dictionary and tell me what it means? When you see sex, you will just see is either penetration, is either interaction or copulation, or for reproduction, and all these adjectives that are added to this beautiful encounter that Hashem made. Sex from a Hebraic perspective, you know what is sex from a Hebraic perspective? Yada. Yada. And we have 2 Hebrew words, those 2 Hebrew words for sex. Yada. Yada and yada. These 2 Hebrew words I'll just put it over here.
So just spelling is different?
Yada. Good? Now look at something. You have yada and yada. 2 words, similar sounding. What's the relation? And look at something. This is a Hebrew word, and this Hebrew word is for sexual encounter. Yadad. And this is, and these three words. This word here is love, upwards. Project upwards. Now look at something.
The root word ya. Or yad.
Ah, yad. I like it. See the root. You see, he gone to the root already. Because he's seeing what? He is seeing the root. There's a root in these words. This is why Hebrew is so beautiful. Hebrew is like the crowning jewel of all what we are. Look at something. Sex. When the Bible said, and Adam knew Eve. Adam knew Eve. The word that is used there is yada. Yor delit ayin. Yada. This is the word that is used, and Adam knew Eve. And to know is to know in the fullest concept, is to know intellectually, is to know sexually, is to know fully. Is to know fully. Then you have yada. And this means to project where? Upwards. When you're going to know a woman, what are the project upwards?
Your bishop.
The bishop. The bishop. The bishop are the project upwards. So now every time the bishop project upwards, who are you supposed to see?
Yeshua.
Yeshua. You're supposed to know who? Yourself. Before you know your wife. So you're seeing this yada here is telling you something about who? Yourself. Project where? Upwards. If we ought to project upwards, if we don't know ourselves, could we project upwards? If we don't know why our penis is the way it is, why we were designed the way we were designed, why I have a vagina, not I physically, but I'm using terms to communicate concerning men and women, understand it clearly over the internet, okay? I am not in change or transition. I'm a man, okay? Know that. I was born the 26th of June 1968. I'm a man, fully man. To Gloria and Telesford Figaro. Okay? Fully man. Good. Know that. Nothing changed, not in this culture. God made me ish. And he made my wife ish. And I had two young women.